Hello, and welcome to Toka's Thursday night stream. We don't know what we're doing tonight, and everything is a disaster.
I did jokingly say welcome to Despair stream, and it's a little true. It won't be that the whole time, but it's a little true.
We are starting from a place of despair.
Hopefully we will pull ourselves out of it by the end. Mikey, your makeup looks nice, though.
Thanks. I put it on specifically to make a mean video.
That's the spirit. So Micah's getting trolls on a two-year-old video?
I got one troll on a 2-year-old video, which I made a response to that was like entertaining for me for the most part, because I just really like playing up on dumb people's tardiness. And now that video is getting inundated by this particular person's troll friends, which is mostly funny because they think fat is insulting, as if I haven't existed in this body for 30 years.
You don't know. They're informing you of a brand new development.
I didn't know. I didn't know. No one told me about this chin before. It's news. It's information.
Thank you. Thank you so much for trolling the internet. I love that. I'm just in a general place of TikTok despair. The other thing I will say is I'm also getting at this, and this might be, here's an actual TikTok thing to talk about. I'm getting a lot of traffic on old videos today, and that might be across the board. But every time it's my dark mark tattoos video, I know it's going to be bullshit all day. And I also posted a video about maybe just needing to unalive every Star Wars fan, including me, to put me out of my misery because someone, for some reason, drew a sexy version of a Tusken Raider.
Cecelia, it's not your fault that you didn't understand that you can just throw boobs on a Tusken Raider and it will make it better. Clearly.
What is a Tusken Raider without underboob? You know, like what?
I remembered you having said that thing about Star Wars. I had forgotten the content of the rest of that TikTok, so I just got to experience that discovery again.
Nick sent me the image sent me a message on Discord and said, I hate this so much. And then was looking for confirmation from me because apparently other people that were like sharing this picture were like, isn't this picture great? Look at this great art. And Nick was sitting there like, this is bad art, right? This is bad. Feels bad. Feels like I'm being pressured to say it's good when it's not good. Anyway, so I've just gotten the 1-2 punch of people being like, I don't know what, this doesn't seem sexualized to me, on a picture with literal underboob on it. And also people on the Dark Mark video being like, I don't know, I just think Death Eaters aren't that bad. That's been my day. I made mistakes. I made mistakes today.
I can make a weak argument for like one Death Eater, and that's because like I'm not so sure that Narcissa had a whole lot of choice.
And it's the one.
Yeah, but like it's literally just Narcissa.
It's the one. Anyway, it's an exhausting landscape out there. And also we were talking about this in the Discord earlier. In sitting down and thinking about like how we gather evidence for things and the best ways to go about it, and you know what kind of evidence is going to be like the most irrefutable evidence, you know, like the evidence that we could hand to somebody and they would say like, yes, this is perfect. I don't really have any questions around it that are going to like invalidate what's going on here. The fact that like the burden to provide all of that always falls on the people that are experiencing the problem, especially on TikTok, when you know that if you could get like the people that could actually make these changes, if you could get them on TikTok and get them following the people who this actually affects, just follow a couple of people from marginalized groups of one kind or another, and this will come up organically every couple of days of like, I'm being suppressed, people are being unfollowed from me, bad things are happening to me, I'm getting constantly reported, my videos keep getting taken down. And it's very telling that the people who have the ability to like make these changes are not really the ones using the platform. And they're not seeing this day to day, because like if I could just yell at them, like, use the fucking platform and you will see. Stop making us do the work. Use the platform and you will see.
I mean, part of the problem with that is we see it every day on the platform, because the platform is good at figuring out who you are and serving you content that relates to the like general area of who you are. And we all have marginalized identities, so we get content from people talking about experiences with marginalized identities.
Are you telling me that cis white men will get on the platform and experience something different? They will experience the default TikTok that I get to every time I open one of my burner accounts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Only sanitized thirst traps, nothing else.
Oh, what was it? Damn it. That post I saw on Tumblr. By the way, if you're not still on Tumblr, just go back.
I am trying to get back into Tumblr. I need you to give me a list of blogs to follow.
I'm going to start with the user Gay Arsonist, in part because A+ name, and also in part because completely unhinged posting at all hours of the day.
So I don't even know if my Tumblr still exists.
Can you repeat that username?
I just know that my Tumblr.
Gotta reveal it in public.
Well, because like my Tumblr is the only thing that is not the same branding as all of my other things.
It's the one off-brand Micah item.
It is. It's the one off-brand.
My Tumblr is extremely off-brand. I locked my on-brand Tumblr permanently because people don't need to see what that username was doing in 2012.
I have my full Tumblr with my username, Cecelia is Gray, unlocked all the way back to 2012. If you want to go and see a cringy post, like the cringy addition to some post about Benedict Cumberbatch that I made in 2012, that is fully available. I believe in transparency about my cringiest years. It's fine. I actually went back and looked at a bunch of posts recently, and someone in 2013, 14 made, oh yeah, it must have been 2013. So like, in 7 years, it's going to be the 20s again. And I immediately reblogged that with the way we just got another pandemic. Because the only decision. Posts that did not age well on my blog are mostly things that are like excited about the future, and now I'm in the future and it's like bad, things are rough.
Hey Michael, thanks for joining us.
Hi. I did also find from my tweeest of Tweet Queen years a couple of pictures that I immediately reposted. I was like, I need to remind you. I need to remind you of who I am on the inside. I'm always this Zooey Deschanel bitch. Yeah. I had great hair though. It was excellent.
While we're talking about Tumblr, I spent some time in the tag today, so I think that I've got a handle on what this is. But what?
EBDB?
I was going to ask about Blurpo from my shows.
Okay, so Blurpo from my shows and EBDB are all combined.
Yeah, I understand now that they are a what's the word? Pantheon?
Oh my god! Never again! Never again! Violence!
Okay. You need to understand that I didn't log in for like one whole day and I came back and the number one trending topic was EBDB right underneath Castiel. Like, do you understand? This is what happened. Don't forget Glup Shitto.
Thank you, Layla Burns.
Don't forget Glup Shitto. Yeah, I logged out, I logged back in, it's fucking EBDB. This is what Tumblr gets for banning all of those tags, is everyone's just like, no.
Just abandons English.
All gibberish. Fuck you all. What a platform. What a spiteful little platform.
But so, correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is that the deal with all of these is that they are used as substitute terms for the actual names of characters in actual shows when you're just talking generically about your relationship to a work of media you like.
So, the original... I keep fucking laughing because it's so stupid.
The original was the original a tag?
The original Blorbo from my shows was a discussion about how you will make a generic post on Tumblr and someone will reblog it, and in the tags it'll be like hashtag Blorbo, hashtag from my shows.
I would like you to know that I was able to log back into my Tumblr, so I do have one.
Next, not go for Malate. It's for the ambiance, honey.
But I went and looked this up because there's a TikTok creator who does like Tumblr updates, and they said that they were gonna do all of them, but they were gonna have to. But they had discovered that they were going to have to do a separate episode on Blorbo from my shows because it's going to take a whole episode. So that was why I went to Tumblr, because I wanted to try and figure out what Blorbo from my shows was. But also in that post, the roundup of all of the other memes happening, I learned about orb pondering and wizard posting, which I'm excited about.
We're all orb pondering. And I feel like we in part have Jess to thank for that one, Pirate Princess Jess, and orb.
Yeah, it does seem...
Orb. It does seem to have partially at least sprung from Jess's video going orb, because her voice saying orb hits my brain just right. And I feel like it hits everyone's brain just right. Yeah, and wizard posting. My personal favorite was an image of the wizard posting pondering an orb, and it's BL''ORB or BL parentheses ORB parentheses O. It's like I found the missing link. I think that was the only thing underneath it. I'm just like, something about the tenacity of Tumblr. It's the only thing giving me hope about the internet in this moment. Because I'm like, I'm in the pit of despair. But like, really and truly, Tumblr's insane death drive to like run that platform into the ground in the most ridiculous ways humanly possible, and just say like, no, we are here. Orb.
My favorite one was a kid in a car with his dad, and the kid says to his dad, "Why is my sister named Astra?" And the dad says, "Because your mother liked to ponder the stars." And the kid goes, "Oh, that makes sense." And the dad goes, "No problem, orb."
But the idea of like Tumblr just consistently asserting like, no, every person on this platform is an individual, and they've curated their own weird little individual space, and it's going to stay that way, goddammit, no matter what you do. You cannot govern us. It really does, like, it's one of those places that's like a reminder of the old internet and like what the internet used to be like, and the ways in which you could sort of assert yourself in all of these spaces. And like,
yeah, because like of the centralized, the internet is this whole website attempts, which is what social media is, Tumblr's really the only one that was like trying to capture what the internet was. Like it was originally like it was like WordPress. It was WordPress with an RSS feed.
Yes. Yeah, it was supposed to be microblogging, and what that has turned into is just like
it's a meme
medium for shit posting.
It's a meme generator now, whether it wants to be or not.
Yeah, that's what Cecelia said, microblogging.
Yeah.
the other thing that like always gets me about Tumblr is that like ever-present joke of like people just trying to post memes and the girl with the dodgeball being Apollo with the gift of prophecy. Have you not seen that image? It's every time a Tumblr post comes true by accident, someone just posts the image of like these two kids blurry and playing in the foreground of like Tumblr users just trying to post, and then there's a girl right in front holding a dodgeball, and it's just labeled Apollo and the gift of prophecy, ready to fucking throw it at these Tumblr users. Because it keeps happening. Something about like the nature of Tumblr being a bit like that, like if you put enough monkeys in a room, eventually they'll write Macbeth.
Mm-hmm.
That having that constant fear of like eventually something brilliant is going to happen, or eventually something terrible is going to happen, and they happen on a daily basis. Today's brilliant thing was, and now of course because I'm like trying to recall what the phrase was, I'm not going to remember it. I can't remember anything anymore. But it was just about how sanitized people will make themselves on the internet. This person was talking about why they don't like using TikTok, and the ways in which you sort of sanitize yourself to become a product on the internet makes you like, even if you are making thirst traps, even if you are sort of like the like ideal of what is attractive, that it becomes so sanitized that now you are just like no longer fuckable because you're not, there's like no semblance of humanity left. It's just uncanny valley.
I was briefly maintaining a private thirst trap Instagram account for my friends and the people I met randomly during the beginning of the quarantine because we were all trading nudes. Early quarantine was a fun time. But where's brain? I wrote like an essay that no one is ever going to read in the description of one of those videos. That was just like, I have just realized that my body image is like dramatically affected by my awareness that there are computer programs checking every picture of myself for illegal shapes.
Well, yeah, because you can't have boobs. No, no mountains. Those are boobs.
I have never broken it down to the phrase illegal shapes before this, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, but that is like, you remember when the initial Tumblr collapse happened, when they got rid of all corn on Tumblr, because I cannot get banned off of TikTok Live today. I can't say the word. I can't handle that. At the end of this day, I can't handle that. But when they did that, you remember they rolled out that AI that was somehow like even worse than TikTok's nudity detection AI, and it was like tagging dunes as nudity.
I think that's
like
when
flesh-shaped hills, the illegal shapes. I didn't realize this. You apparently, like within your Tumblr account, have a list of like all your flagged posts, like things that were flagged for potential nudity or adult content. I didn't realize that existed until yesterday or today, because I went through and there were probably hundreds of flagged posts that I've just like never restored or done anything with because I wasn't looking, I wasn't checking.
Where do you even look to find that?
Don't remember. Couldn't tell anyone how to get there. The second I'm on a platform that's not TikTok, my brain like turns off. It's like I'm in consumer mode now. Like I don't have to think actively about anything I'm doing when I'm here.
My job is no longer to be hypercritical of the thing I'm using.
I can just be here being like boop 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 horse blinko EBDB. Like I can be an idiot, and it's how liberating, how wonderful.
Horse Plinko at least was a meme that made sense to me. Like that one was like no further explanation. I understand why everybody is obsessed with this.
You know, it's Plinko with a horse.
Yeah.
way in which, because now we've got like Blorbo from my shows and EBDB and Scrumglow from my games, and like Horse Plinko has kind of gotten wrapped up into that, because the more of these words you combine, the more it sounds like Simlish.
Mhm.
And I'm really enjoying the fact that Horse Plinko is now somehow getting tied up in these other memes in weird ways. And now that EBDB is kind of like a stand-in for Super Hell as like a phrase, people are making Horse Plinko that like you have to send the horse through the Plinko to get to EBDB, and it's just flames. I'm so tired.
I just need you to know that as someone who quite literally has been off of Tumblr for the last, I want to say 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, good.
And has only just logged back in now.
Welcome back, baby.
Speaking gibberish, but I'm here for it.
But yeah, no, I follow like 3 active users on Tumblr: you, Blythe, and Glumshoe. So whenever I log into Tumblr, I'll log into Tumblr after like 8 months, and it'll just be incredible, like amazing, like, great post after great post after great post. And then I'll log in a couple of days later because I want more Tumblr, and it's the same posts. I need more blogs.
I will give you the blogs. Also, Jinx is on. I don't know if you follow Jinx, but Jinx is also on Tumblr and also reblogging the top tier quality nonsense.
I don't know if I know who Jinx is.
You probably do. I'll send you.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah, I do.
You do.
Yeah, no, that's why I said I don't know if I know, because I probably do.
I just like that I'm just realizing that my roommate / best friend's little brother is still active on Tumblr because all of my posts are for him.
Hell yeah. A survivor. That's what we like to see.
Lone survivor.
Just reblogging into the void.
As it was meant to be.
Something about the people who held on post-corn ban, even as people were like really leaving en masse, because people were deactivating their blogs left and right. The people who were like, no, I'm not going anywhere. I don't understand them, because I briefly abandoned. I didn't deactivate, but I just left. I like went to TikTok because I was like, this seems like where people are going.
Yeah, like, I respect their integrity, but
it's like if I met them in person, I know they would be a lot.
Yeah.
Them, but it's terrifying. There's a terrifying mentality. I'm just gonna stay here as it dies. I'm gonna stand on this sinking ship. The void is practicing active listening. That's what Tumblr is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the vibe of today is we're all stressed about TikTok, so we're just talking about other platforms.
Yeah. Didn't Gaia Online just have some news?
I'm like thinking, I don't know, I'm thinking about actual TikTok things. It's a little quiet today. And that's fine. That's okay. It's okay. No, here's the thing. We all remember Gaia Online. We all do.
Every Margaret's not here tonight.
I know. The trauma.
I don't know if y'all know this, but one of our mods used to work at Gaia.
Yeah.
Which is just a horrifying thing for me to think of.
I mean, it is part of why the second that bit of information was dropped, we were like, please, can you help us here? Yeah. You understand how failing platforms work. And that was, and she was like, yep, okay. I do. I have expertise in failing platforms and what they look like when they're really floundering. It's funny because you know what, actually, in terms of like, like corporate structure and how TikTok seems to be doing in terms of revenue and all of this other nonsense, in this moment, it actually feels more stable than it has in a long time. And part of that stability is like leading to things getting a little bit stagnant on the platform. There was something Tumblr-esque about when we were all under duress and like this platform's going to disappear any second.
You know what, though? The council. We should talk about the council because that feels a lot like TikTok felt a year ago or 2 years ago.
So here's the thing. What I find funny is that I have one friend who joined TikTok this year, and he is so thrilled with the council and all of this stuff. And I'm sitting here like, he doesn't realize that every year there's a faction war on TikTok.
We must have one.
There's been a different faction war.
What was the 2021 faction war?
That was the girl with the ducks. I don't know their names, but it was like there was 3 or 4 users, and suddenly everybody's profile picture was the same as one of these 3 to 4 users, and they were talking about going to war. I remember ducks were involved. Or chickens. Might have been chickens.
Chickens was 2020.
That was 2020.
Okay, well, I'm not good at time.
Chickens.
I have pandemic brain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though, is like we didn't have a lot of that in 2020 or 2021.
I feel like we did have one last year. Now I gotta think, because if we did, it was like towards the beginning of the year.
Yeah, no, the council's very much like Ships of the Northern Fleet, and like that's another example of a really cool thing that TikTok did that hasn't been happening nearly as much.
I don't actually think there was one in 2021 because I can't remember one. You know, I genuinely cannot, not like a large, not
Really,
one like,
this is such a vibe. Like, I feel you.
You know why? I think it was last year, the year that Ashley by the Sea and her brother had their whole rivalry.
No idea who you're talking about.
Tinsel, like I think
Beer Bong John.
Beer Bong John and Ashley by the Sea.
Is the one I actually.
But they, I also feel like that was 2020. Like they did the same thing. They revived this year, like the glitter beards for Christmas, and tinsel CDs for Christmas.
You know, something else is that one of the first things we talked about when we started Toko was putting together like an ethnography project to like track these events in TikTok's history. We didn't talk about doing that for like a year. I think it's because nothing was happening that reminded us that we wanted to do that.
It's true. I genuinely feel, I do feel like 2021 was a weird year for TikTok.
That's fair.
As a TikTok elder who's been here for too long, somehow.
Listen,
I like genuinely trying to think about it, and like it was not the same. 2019 was a simpler time. 2018 and 2019 were much simpler times. 2020 as a year, because so many people got on the platform, there were so many interesting creative projects that happened, and like people being.
But there was also a lot of panic in 2020 because news about whether TikTok would continue to exist.
It was constant panic
every 3 months.
But like also the memes were so much better. Like the tossing a piece of cheese and hitting somebody in the face with it.
I missed that. That was so good.
Stupid. And like 2021 was a weird time. 2022 seems to be looping back around into like a healthier brain space. I don't know how to just. It really feels like 2021 really did feel like peak constant vigilante justice on TikTok. Like the pinnacle of people really using their platforms in ways that could be considered a little bit irresponsible and profiting off of BIPOC trauma while being like a white creator. And 2022, for some reason, we've just been like, hey, you remember what was fun when we all pretended to fight each other? because I was like scrolling through. I haven't gotten a whole bunch of council content. The reason I know about it is because I am reading a lot of things about TikTok all the time. I finally got a video on my like actual For You page, and it was Chef John's joining the council. Highly produced, beautifully shot on an excellent camera. Like,
yeah, that's one of the things is like people started taking TikTok so seriously as a profession in 2021 that I feel like we're now getting to the point where the people who take TikTok seriously as a profession have been doing that for long enough to be willing to let go a little bit and do silly things on their professional platform.
Yeah. There were a lot of 2021 was certainly also like the peak year of like niche down and like having all of those like social media managers getting on TikTok and realizing I can make a whole platform. I can make a whole platform off of telling people how to succeed on the internet, but in like ways that will keep them coming back to me because I can't lose relevance. I can't build a platform and then immediately lose my relevance with the people I build the platform with. I do feel like this is a bit of like people saying like, maybe I don't have to.
Yeah.
Maybe can have fun on silly short form video app.
Also, and this is the most self-aggrandizing possible interpretation of what's happening coming from me.
Yeah.
I did tell Tumblr in last March that they were going to destroy their platform if they didn't let people be weird. So maybe that video finally made it to somebody's desk.
Maybe they listened. Maybe I don't know. Maybe enough people heard the message from enough of us who have been around for a little bit longer of like, you have to be weird here. It's okay. You should be. It makes the best content.
To take that in a less self-aggrandizing direction, I do think one possible hypothesis is that TikTok spent 2021 trying, the American administration for TikTok spent 2020 and 2021 trying to take control of the algorithm and have it not be just utterly random and have it be like a Wild West space they have no control over. And it took them that long. Like it took them this long to get to a place where they are capable of exercising that control without suppressing the things that make TikTok good.
It is distinctly possible. And I feel like this is going to be a thing. And maybe this could just be a thing that we constantly remind ourselves that we're thinking about. Because all of us have pandemic brain. But the idea that like 2021 was in many ways, their like biggest struggle year. No, Mike, this is would be so nice. I don't think so. I don't think we have that kind of power or sway at all.
It is funny to imagine that TikTok did anything because of us, but like Toka has, last I checked, 625 comrades, which are members who have more than 1,000 followers. That is a trivially non-zero number.
Yeah.
Compared to the number of daily users on TikTok.
You also remember, like, we're not Hank Green, right? We don't have hands on the zeitgeist of the app.
But I do think that the general message of, hey, you don't have to take yourself too seriously has been spreading with like the larger creators on the platform. And I do think more and more of them have been saying like, hey guys, I took a break from my mental health and now I'm here. And actually this is the thing that was making me really miserable. So I'm going to do whatever I want now.
Yeah, I think enough people hit burnout around the same time.
Yeah.
It's just, maybe it's okay to just make something without putting the effort in, just to make something.
It feels like it hit like a ton of bricks for a lot of people in late summer to fall, because that's when I remember feeling a lot of anxiety about like, oh, I'm going to lose another wave of people, because every time, you know, it ebbs and flows. The people getting on the platform and getting a platform and then burning out. And I remember the last time this happened, I lost a bunch of like people that I saw all the time, and they weren't really on other social media, and now
they're gone forever.
They're gone, which, like, good for them. But I distinctly remember getting to a place where I was like, oh no, it's going to happen again, and I don't know who it's going to be this time, because so many people that I followed for years at that point were getting to the point where they're like, I have to stop. And luckily, a lot of them just sort of backed up and evaluated.
Yeah, some of them came back, I feel like, in the last 4 months or so. Or even a little, like, I just remember, like, when Laugh Cries left for a while, I was upset.
I was upset.
I was not happy. But, like, she's kind of back, at least, like, in some respects now, which is nice. And, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm getting back some of the creators who felt a little bit more off the cuff.
Yes.
And I missed that.
I missed that. I live for long form scripted content. I absolutely love it. I love every second that, like, especially someone that I'm mutuals with, has made something that they are, like, really proud of and it's really good. Nothing will ever beat, like, the pure dopamine rush of the video that I saw today of a teenager coming in, and there was a pole in, like, a basement, and he said, "Hey kids," and he lifted his leg all the way up and spun around the pole, and then on the other side of the pole was one of those giant bean bags, and he just kind of splatted right into it and fell to the ground into a split. Nothing, and it took all of 5 seconds. Nothing will ever beat that for me. And it just, every once in a while, I need someone who is just, like, funny off the fucking cuff. I need that.
There are people using TikTok as a video sharing platform. And then there are people using TikTok as though TikToks were like paintings. Like, this is just a moment you're experiencing.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's like, I find it so funny that the app keeps being like, longer videos. We're giving you the option for even longer videos. And I'm sitting here going, the best videos on this app are no more than 10 seconds. They don't even hit the 15-second mark. Like,
We Smell Pennies is always going to be the funniest thing I've ever seen on TikTok, and it is probably from 2018. It's one of the first things I ever saw on TikTok, and it's just a kid with a handful of pennies, and then the camera pans up, and there's another kid. He pops out from around the corner of, like, a school hallway and yells, "We smell pennies," and then there's, like, 30 children running at him, and that's the end of the video. Nothing's ever going to beat that. I'm just here to experience these weird moments.
Was it you that shared the video? Was it you that shared the video of, like, the girls that are, like, standing on a storm drain and it's just snails?
No, that one's Take Me to Snurch.
Oh,
that's Take Me to Snurch. It's just all of the snails around the storm drain, and it's Take Me to Snurch.
That reminds me, we need to do Citation Needed again soon.
Yes.
We really do. But this is, like, it's like the whole fucking thing of understanding that the thing that TikTok is good at, and the thing that TikTok has always been good at, is being a fucking parasocial relationship builder. And by giving people these little glimpses into your life, whatever they are, that is like really using the platform, like, to its peak fucking potential. There are going to be people whose faces I remember forever because of one 10-second video on TikTok.
You're going to be an old lady in the nursing home just going, "We smell pennies."
We smell pennies. I'm also going to be thinking about that girl that was, like, in the strip club eating wings, and it was just Jumper. The song Jumper. Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. And she was like, I'm in a strip club. I've never been to a strip club before. No, stripping Jumper. I think about it all the time. I'm gonna remember that girl's face forever. That video is gone, by the way. Like, I didn't save it. That whoever it was, like, they deleted their account at some point. Like, it's gone. It's only here. She lives here now.
It's just a brain
like
NFT.
2,000 likes on that video. You understand?
It's just a brain NFT now. It's only in your brain and only in yours.
Brain
Don't, no, we're not. No, absolutely not.
Too late. Too late, like a
Do you know how infrequently I get you to be mad at me? Do you know how
all my memories are brain NFTs now? I'm the only one with copies.
I can't, like, this isn't even, so.
I get to exact psychic violence on you so few times.
It's true. It doesn't happen. To take it where it comes, okay?
Oh man.
Oh god. But there's like the whole pivot toward longer form content. I'm not against it. I'm somebody who can't shut the fuck up. The second I got 3-minute videos, I was like, I'm gonna subject you all to the glory of Snape wives. I love doing that, but like it's not necessarily what makes the biggest impression. And every once in a while, I just kind of want to be fed only surreal moments.
Yeah.
It would be really lovely if you could just like flick on a filter for TikTok for like lengths of time, like 15-minute video, 1-minute video, 3-minute video, 5-minute video, just saying like, only show me things X cents shorter.
Yeah.
Give me videos that are under the 15-second timeline and just see.
Because like I feel like a big part of the appeal of TikTok is like the same appeal as Netflix binging. Like you can spend 6 hours doing it, but part of the reason is that you're only ever making a half an hour of a commitment at a time.
True.
And like on TikTok, it's even less commitment, and like a 5-minute commitment approaches non-trivial.
Yes.
You could, and I have before, open TikTok, see a video on your For You page and go, enough. I've had my fill, and just close it. And be like, that was the weird hit my brain needed. Thank you.
Just one of the worst experiences on TikTok is when somebody makes a video that's like a 3-minute video where like 2 minutes and 55 seconds of it are after the setup, but before the thing happens.
No.
Like somebody, I saw one today where somebody put water in an old bomb casing and then put it in a bucket of liquid nitrogen.
No.
And I fast forwarded to the end because it was a solid 3-minute video, and most of it was him just watching a styrofoam container. It did blow up at the end, but like
you have the ability to edit. You can just cut it down. I'm so tired. I mean, okay, to bring Jess back up, the 3-minute video of Jess eating noodles is one of the funniest fucking things that I've ever experienced. In that people were like, this won't really be what it is. And it was, in fact, just Jess eating noodles for 3 minutes.
Yeah, no, I saw the first like 4 seconds of that video, and I knew that Jess was committed to finishing that.
To the bit. This is not like...
That's one of those, listen, we know our people well enough. We just know.
I just know. Yeah, there are people that I know would like sneak something else into that. No. You gotta commit to the bit.
Yeah, it was very dead dove, do not eat.
It really was. Oh.
Speaking of which, a friend of mine made a bird server, and Cecilia's an admin on it now, and you need to actually make those emojis.
Oh, I do. Okay, so first, I fucking love birds, first of all. Like, this is a fact about me. I love birds. I would have a pet bird if Sadie would not kill that bird. But Sadie would kill that bird, so we do not have a bird. My cousin Lisa had an African gray that was rescued for many years. The African gray would torment her Brussels Griffon because the Brussels Griffon was not a smart dog, and the African gray was about as smart as the average kindergartner. And would do things like imitate the door knocking and the doorbell to like drive the dog fucking crazy. And then the bird would just bob up and down because it was so pleased with what it did. So I've always loved birds. And then you casually saying like, oh yeah, my friend started a server. It's just for posting birds. And my immediate reaction was I need to be there.
I just like, I like specific kinds of birds.
I mean, we have there are plenty of spaces in which you can just post only the birds that you like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm just particular to the corvid group. Like
they are the best birds. Let's be very clear, they're the best birds.
I just know that if I was a bird, I would be a magpie.
They're just out there being too smart for their own good and collecting shit. And I'm
magpies are notoriously assholes.
Yeah.
I just remember that Russian personality test. Do you guys remember this?
The what?
What?
The Russian personality test meme?
No.
What's your favorite animal?
Are we supposed to say it out loud, or are we keeping
Yes, say it out loud.
I like flying foxes.
Okay. Cecelia?
Starlings.
All right. Pretend that one doesn't exist. Now, what's your favorite animal?
Ocelots.
I do like a dog.
Okay. Now, pretend that one doesn't exist. What's your favorite animal?
Giraffe.
Bear.
All right. So, according to the meme, the first one you picked is how you want other people to see you. The second one you picked is how other people actually see you. And the third one you picked is what you actually are. What were your answers again?
It's mean that I was just told that I was actually a giraffe.
So apparently, I want to be seen as a big ass bat.
Very mean. But I was just bullied in this way.
My answers were human, crow, penguin.
Penguin.
I love penguins, but they're not my go-to. Ignore. Poor
Penguins were third after crows and humans.
So wait, are you telling me that other people see me as a small nocturnal cat that is sometimes kept as a pet and often turns on its owner?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't know that I relate to every kind of dog, but I do relate to poodles in that people don't think that they are smart, but they are smart. And the problem with that is they get really neurotic if they're just like left to their own devices. That's about right.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a very accurate
I've
description.
been alone in my house for 2 years, and I am unwell. It's not been 2 years yet. We're getting there.
And also, you do impressive things with your hair.
I do.
That's true.
Like this now. It's reached critical mass. It's hi Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you for the dad joke. Oh, yes, greyhounds are also a good choice because they are nervous, but they love to nap. And same. I am so anxious that sometimes my teeth chatter just like greyhounds do. Kermit. It's funny. Why I love him so much. The idea that I would like people to see me like a starling is very weird, though, because the only reason I say starlings is because I just like seeing them and they make ambulance, like they can imitate ambulance noises in my neighborhood, and it's like a weird time. But like they're an invasive species. Do I want people to see me as like an invasive species brought over for stupid reasons? The answer might be yes, actually. That's fine. Now that I say it out loud, that's kind of fun.
I mean, the idea
they were brought over because it was like they were trying to bring over every species that Shakespeare mentions.
Yeah.
into the U.S. and the starlings got out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they were like, we enjoy this country very much.
With anything. I mean, the idea that I want people to see me as a giant bat is not wrong. It is.
That's very fair.
The idea that I'm trying unsuccessfully to persuade people that I'm human is also not super wrong.
It's true. Buddy, no. Thank you. Okay. I'm sorry that I've spoken to you in this way. You know.
Did you do violence to your son?
I told him to stop it because he knocked over my light.
The three questions, Michael, are: what's your favorite animal? Pretend that one doesn't exist. What's your favorite animal? Pretend that one doesn't exist. What's your favorite animal?
These are the only 3 questions you need to know to understand who you truly are.
Yeah. And the answer key is: the first one is how you want other people to see you. The second one is how other people actually see you. And the third one is what you're actually like.
Grizzly bear. I would argue that a bear is an accurate representation of how I walk through the world, probably.
It's bear. It's fine.
I'm cool if you leave me alone, but if you piss me off.
You got people hands. Sometimes you stand up on your hind legs and people are like, what is that?
It's
What's
true.
going on over there?
They can get into cars, and it's the funniest fucking thing.
They just open that car handle and they get right in.
Sometimes they use your swimming pool. And again, so cute.
Have them a nice time.
Like
Like
they're killing machines, but they're friend-shaped.
they're friend shaped. I have said this many times, but if there are not friend, why are their ears like that?
Oh, actually, speaking of friend-shaped things, I need to talk to you guys after this stream about friendiology.
Okay.
Is this a thing that's going to make me angry with you?
You are you guys keeping up with Jess's friendiology videos?
No.
I don't know.
Oh, Pirate Princess Jess.
Oh.
She's doing a series on friendiology, which is explanations of how you can tell whether something's a friend. And hang on, actually, I just wrote down the first 3 principles of friendiology. The first rule of friendiology is more teeth equals more friendship points.
That's
The
true.
second rule of friendiology says more eyes, the more friendship points.
Agreed.
The third rule of friendiology says that if it's big, it's probably a friend.
Yes. All of these.
What I'm hearing is biblically accurate angels friends.
Yes.
Was in fact explicitly listed as an example.
Got many eyes. They are big. There's no mention of teeth, but I would imagine you would hear the sound of teeth gnashing in whatever the voice sounds like.
I need to be friends with things that have lots of teeth because
You will collect them.
I think there's a quantity of eyes you can reach where it makes up for the absence of teeth.
Mm.
I don't know that that's true in my personal friendship meter, but
No, just from a physiological perspective, if you got enough eyes, you don't need teeth.
You got enough eyes. You don't need teeth. What are you
eat
gonna
with your eyes. That's where the expression "eat with your eyes" comes from.
eat with your eyes? If you have 10,000 eyes, who needs a mouth?
I will posit that I think that having many, many teeth is far superior to having many mouths. Too many mouths is just unnatural and upsetting.
I don't know whether Jess has commented on number of mouths.
Well,
Maybe we need to bring this up.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Sounds like Mike Wazowski isn't friend-shaped. I would argue that he is friend-shaped. Though he is small, we don't really know how big he is compared to people. He has a lot of teeth for his body.
And they're good shapes for teeth.
They're good shapes.
They would look real good in my collection.
Stop collecting the teeth and rattling them around.
No. When I die and I become a ghost, the teeth are coming with me, and I don't have Marley chains. I'm just gonna have a bag of teeth that I rattle. Just walking around.
We're gonna pop up like Marley and fucking Muppet Christmas Carol. with a plastic Ziploc bag full of teeth.
Micah, I'm putting you in my D&D game.
Okay. I will have you know that in one of my D&D campaigns, I was a deaf bard, and my proclivity for any time that we defeated anything, the first thing I would do was collect its teeth and just put them in a bag. I never explained to my party what the teeth were for. I just continually collected teeth.
Sometimes you are on your own side quest, right? And you don't need to explain to everybody what your side quest is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have it in your head for you.
How do you feel about your character being called Micah the Tooth Witch?
Very good. In fact, this is what I want to aspire to be in my real life.
Excellent. I have put it on my NPC spreadsheet.
Micah, can you change your Tumblr username to Micah the Tooth Witch?
I can.
Thank you.
I can. Hang on. Oh, man. Now I got to remember how to do shit on this.
It's fine. You'll figure it out eventually.
I'm sure.
This has been a very silly, meandering, and nonsensical stream that also touched on some of the most fundamental questions about TikTok that we've needed to come back around to.
I personally love being a wreck. I don't know about you guys, but excellent meandering stream. Before
I don't know if you caught the video. My New Year's resolution is to stop trying to make people not think I'm insane.
Let them think. It's fine. Before we sign off, I'm going to give some actual information. So in conjunction with Arizona State University, we are presenting 4 panels talking about people's experiences on TikTok. They are featuring communities that TikTok has targeted in the past and who TikTok has made some very terrible efforts to elevate. So February 26th is going to be our Black Creators panel. February 27th is going to be our Disabled Creators panel. March 5th is going to be our Fat Creators panel. And March 6th is going to be our Queer Creators panel. We have some excellent panelists line up. They're all just so nice. Everyone's been so nice. Like when they're emailing me, I'm just like surprised every time as like someone emails me and they're like supportive and interested. But we want to give people the space to talk about. My coworker is sending me a message at 8:57 p.m. We're trying to give everyone the space to talk about their experiences in their community, bad and good. Like we definitely want to end on like a note of joy and the ways in which they've found people. And it is not all despair all of the time. But we want to give them a space to do that isn't controlled by TikTok, because in the past it's all been controlled by TikTok. So if you want to support us in the many things that we are doing, you can support us at our Patreon. Thank you so much, Michael. The money from our Patreon is helping pay all of these panelists, which is very exciting that we're able to pay people for their work. And we want to continue doing panels like this. We don't want this to be the last time we do it. We want to be able to highlight other communities. And so that is going to take additional money. But it does mean that everyone involved is compensated for their time, and that's really important to us.
So we do now have a Discord command for information about the talks. It is !talks. The webpage it links to does not yet have information about the talks on it.
But it will be there next time.
In the meantime, if you want to check out some of Squarespace's default lorem ipsum text, go to officialtoka.com/talks.
Primo lorem ipsum text. That sounds like a good place to log off for the evening.
Thank you all so much for coming. Have a great night.